going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It's the opening day of Pennsylvania deer season, and we're in the Pennsylvania wilds area. This is the most secluded area of Pennsylvania. We're in the Quahana wild area, and you can see there's some snow here. We got some lake effect snow last night, and we just got to our hunting area here. And this is my first time hunting deer in Pennsylvania, so this is going to be a memorable day. And I'm going to the same spot where I went bear hunting. If you guys saw my bear hunting video, I found a nice spot with a lot of game trails, a lot of deer activity. So that's where we're going right now, and I'm going to set up over there, and hopefully I can ambush a buck on one of those game trails. So stay tuned, guys, and I hope you enjoy the video as I take you along on my first deer hunting trip in Pennsylvania. Alright, guys, so we went to our original spot, and there was unfortunately a lot of guys, a lot of other hunters. Probably saw like 15 or 20 trucks in the vicinity, so we're going to try to find another spot that's a little bit less crowded. This is the downside of state land, but it's a big area, so we're driving now to another spot. It's always good to have like multiple hunting spots, because you never know when you go for your opening day how many people are going to be there or what the situation is. I always like to have like at least 3 different spots close by near each other, so if one area gets crowded with a lot of hunters, you can check the other spots and see what's over there, you know. So we're going to go to another spot where I saw a lot of sign, and we're going to probably set up over there. All right, guys, we got lucky. There's no cars over here at all. The other spot, the one that I was originally going to go to where the bear track was, there were like 20 cars there. I got over here and there's nobody. And this is an excellent area. I've always seen deer here. It's a huge grassy field. This used to be an airport runway, actually, and they keep it, the state keeps it as like a wildlife area. They mow this field, and there's woods are all around. My dad is over here, and he's going further down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to overwatch this whole field with my 300 Win Mag. You guys have seen this before. Got some 180 grain triple shock, tipped triple shock X. This will easily go out to 500 yards. I've shot this out to 500 yards several times, so I'm comfortable shooting all the way across this field if I have to. I got my 44 mag just in case I run into a bear. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up over here. There's like a pile of dirt or some kind of pile, and there's like a log, and I'm going to use that as a rest, nice stable rest, so I can overwatch this open area and catch a deer as it's running across. As you can see, there's a lot of snow on the ground. Right now it's 24 degrees and there's a good stiff wind coming from the northwest. I'm going to be shooting into the wind, so I don't have to worry about it moving my bullet to the left or to the right. It's a headwind, so it's not going to have much effect on my drop. So I'm going to show you guys where I'm going to set up. But look at all this snow, guys. A lot of snow. 24 degrees, and it's still November. So, all right, I'm going to show you guys my spot and get set up over here. All right, guys, so this is the area I'm going to overwatch. My dad is down there. You can see him walking. He's going to set up in the woods on the right. He's going to watch the woods and watch the field at the same time. He's going to sit in that brush over there, camouflage himself. We set up fields of fire for safety purposes. I'm making sure I'm not going to shoot in the area where he's sitting, so I set up fields of fire ahead of time. You always need to do that if you're hunting with several people. So, all right, guys, so I'm going to set up over here. I'm going to set up somewhere by this pile. I'm going to sit on the other side of that pile and rest my rifle on it so I can overwatch this field. Or I may set up behind that big log over there. There's also a power line over here, lots of oak. So I'm going to sit behind this pile here, set up my rifle. I got my bipod, get a nice stable rest, and just watch this whole area. Now my dad is down there. Let's see if I can zoom in so you guys can see where my dad is. He's down there somewhere. Can't really see him now, but he's like down right there in that brush there. So I'm going to make sure I don't shoot into this area. I'm just going to shoot over here in this open grassy field. So look at all the snow, guys. Stiff wind, lake effect snow. It's going to snow all day and all night. Tomorrow also could be a couple inches on the ground by the end of the day. So, all right, let's see what happens here, guys. All right, guys, just want to show you my sniper's hide, so to speak. There's my 300 Win Mag, and this is just like a little pile of debris or dirt or something. It makes like a good shooting mound, and as you can see, I can overwatch this whole field, and that's probably about 300 to 400 yards at the most. So I'm comfortable with that in these conditions, taking a shot that far if I have to. I practice a lot long range shooting, so I'm comfortable with that. But I'm going to be watching this area here, and my dad's down there like right on the edge of the field, so I'm not going to shoot in this direction, just right here. I'm covering this area here, as you see, the wind is a headwind. It's pretty gusty, but shouldn't affect my bullet path. So hopefully we'll catch a deer crossing this field. A lot of snow. Snow's coming down hard. And over here we got these big woods here. It's very secluded. This is a very remote area, so nothing but wilderness back here. So I'm hoping I can catch the deer when they're coming out of the woods here. And you know, they come from the woods and they cross like this. And they go across the field, and then they go over there, and then they go back and forth. They go back and forth like this across the field. So hopefully we'll see one cross and I can get a good shot. So got my 300 Win Max set up over here. It's got a good stable shooting platform on this little mound, and I'll be camouflaged so the deer won't even see me. So let's see what happens, guys. Here's another view of my little shooting mound right here, my little hide. It's perfect. Check that out. Beautiful day though, beautiful snow. Nobody around, very quiet here. Wind is just crazy, guys. Look at that wind. That's my spot. That's where I'm set up, right there. Look at this. I don't know if this is a game trail, looks like. It's pretty worn in. Check that out. The snow is accumulating like crazy here. Look at this tree here, massive. Looks like a red oak. This red oak and cherry fell over. It's just crazy how much snow is coming down. Looking forward to doing some winter survival videos here soon. Look at this game trail here. It's just crazy wind, guys. It's crazy steady wind. I would say about a 15 mile per hour wind, maybe 20. Pretty steady. Some gusts up to 30. Pretty windy. Just had to stretch my legs out a little bit. still in the 20s. It's still very crisp. Just want to show you guys a good example of using your environment to your advantage when it comes to creating a shelter in these kinds of conditions. It's very windy, as you can see, and got this blowdown over here, and this is just a massive blowdown. There's a natural depression in there. You could lean some poles on a 45-degree angle across like this, and you could put some white pine boughs on the top, and that'll give you some shelter. You can build a fire in here, and this big chunk of roots and dirt will act as a fire reflector back towards you. So these kind of blowdowns are really good shelter options if you're in a survival situation. Now in a situation like this, very windy and cold, you don't want to be out in the open, in these open hardwoods, because the wind just penetrates through the forest and you have no shelter from the wind. So what you want to do is you want to find a stand of conifers down over there. You see there's a bunch of white pines. There's like a little small stand of white pines, and they're pretty dense. You can see over here there's a bunch of young white pines, and you want to go into an area like that that'll provide natural shelter. That's actually what deer do in the winter time. They go into those conifer stands. They're called wintering areas, and the deer go in them and they stay there. That's like their home for the winter, because in those conifer stands the snow depth is not as great, because the snow can't penetrate the canopy of the conifer tree. So the snow is not as deep, and it's warmer in there because the wind is basically stopped by the pine boughs, by all the needles and everything. So it's a huge difference when you go into a conifer stand than when you're outside of the conifer stand and you're out in the open where you're exposed. Like right now, you can see it's just wide open over here. There's no anything to stop the wind and the elements, but you get into that conifer stand over there and it'll provide some shelter from the elements, you know, and you could build your fire in there, you could build your shelter in there. So, but I'm going to do some more videos on that this coming winter. I'm going to do some winter survival videos, so stay tuned to my channel for that. You see all these open hardwoods here. No shelter from the wind in there, guys. No shelter from the snow. No shelter from the wind, the rain, ice, sleet, whatever. Now today it's in the low 20s, so everything's coming down as snow. So I don't have to worry about rain or anything like cold rain, but there's just no protection in this open area here. You do not want to set up a shelter here. But look over here. You see that stand of white pines and hemlocks there? That could save your life. That little stand over there. Even if you had no shelter and you just went into those pines and you just huddled up deep inside those pines and hemlocks, even that would do a huge amount and probably save your life, especially if it's like a blizzard. Like now, this is like a blizzard. It's very windy and snowy, but in like a really strong blizzard, this isn't really a strong blizzard, this kind of area would save your life. And then if you build a fire in there and a shelter, you're in really good situation there. So found some deer tracks, guys. Check this out right here. Looks like this must have been this morning, right before we came, and the snow covered up the tracks. So there's a well-worn deer trail over here. Check that out. And you can see there's actually a trail right there, deer trail. You see that? So they come here a lot. They come from that open hardwood area, and then they come out to this field. They feed on the grass,
then they come back in. But look at this huge apple tree here, guys. Very old apple tree. It's probably about a foot diameter. This thing in the fall time probably produces a lot of apples, so that draws them in for sure. Plus all this grass, which is still kind of green a little bit. You can see there's a little bit of green here, so they still come out here to eat this grass, you know. So so far nothing. It's midday right now. It's noontime. I'm gonna go walk over to my dad, and he said he found some scrapes over there, or rubs, not scrapes, sorry. So I'm gonna get a little blood back into my toes and go for a walk. Just had lunch. I had just some peanuts and Metrex bar. I love peanuts for cold weather. They warm you up when you eat them because of all the fat. And it's just a nice quick snack. A lot of calories. Here's some more tracks right there. Check that out, guys. So it's a very active area. I'm hoping we see something later. Right now it's midday, so the deer usually sit down and relax during the midday, kind of like people do, taking their little lunch break. So I'm gonna go check that rub out. Look at all these deer tracks, guys. Check this out. Look at all that deer tracks everywhere. No shortage of deer. Some of these could even be an elk. Some of these larger prints could even be an elk. There are elk in this area. So, look, got some over here. More tracks. Look at that. They just go along the edge of this field here. And my dad's over there. I'm going to walk over to him and he's going to show me where that rub is. And this is what the terrain looks like. Very strong wind today. A lot of snow fell, guys. Look at all this snow. It's probably a good 4 inches, I would say. Look at this. It would be cool to see an elk over here. Look at this scrape. This is crazy. Or rub, I'm sorry, rub. Look at this. It's just absolutely insane. Just rub that whole branch off. And look at the size of this trunk here. This is, I mean, I can't even get my hand around this. And it just rubbed off all that bark. Look at that. That must have been a huge buck. That's crazy. Wow. That's probably about 4-inch diameter tree here. Look, I can't even get my hand around it, and I got big hands. Look at that, guys. That's just insane. Wow. That's one of the biggest rubs I've ever seen. Look at this. Wow. That's insane. Pretty recent too. Here's another rub near where my dad is set up. This one's only like 20 yards from the other one. Also, pretty big tree here. Look at that. That's just massive. It's crazy. So we're in a good spot, guys. Hopefully we'll see something. Got another rub over here, just a few yards from the other one I just showed you. Looks like the buck just started on this one. It's relatively new. Wow. This is awesome. Got some tracks here, guys. Look at this. Lots of tracks here. It's just a matter of time before they come back out into this open area. There's one. Looks like it was heading this way. Look, check this out. I was going down there, and I'm set up down over there. So I'm just hoping I can intercept this buck when he's crossing. Look, see? Check that out, guys. Maybe we'll see an elk. Love to see an elk over here. Alright guys, it's about 3 in the afternoon right now. No bucks so far. We got this falcon right there circling. Peregrine falcon. There he is. Look at that beautiful falcon, guys. That's a nice sight. Beautiful. It's a peregrine falcon, guys. Wow. It's amazing. Look at him circling.
Like above you, I heard the eagle or
It's a falcon.
eagle
Alright guys, sun's going down very slowly. Haven't seen anything yet. It's about 3:30 right now. Nothing yet, guys. Oh, I did see one doe, but that was it. Looks like another hunter spooked the doe and she ran kind of over here. But still got a good amount of time left. Things are just going to start heating up right now as the sun goes down. So got this huge apple tree here. So maybe they'll come for that. Some big oaks here, a lot of acorns. Of course, you got the field there, so they're going to be coming in soon.
Alright guys, so no luck today with the deer hunting, but it was still a great day. I spent some time with my dad and it was my first... Oh look, an elk. Look at that. Elk. See that?
Yes, yes.
See?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Oh look, it ran... Oh, there were 2 of them.
She's there, yeah.
Huge. My first... Oh look, an elk. Look at that. Elk. See that?
Yes, yes.
See?
Uh-huh.
my first looking elk. Look at that. Elk. See that? Yes. Yes. See?
So that was a nice little treat, guys. I almost had an elk cross in front of the car here. That was cool. So, but thanks for watching. Take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 P's. Prepare, practice, and persevere.